Talking in my sleep at night, I'm making myself crazy. My mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. My love, he makes me feel like nobody else. Nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling 'cause he's drunk and alone. Two, don't let him in, you'd have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning, and if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I tell myself. I got no rules, I count 'em. I got no rules, I tell myself. Okay. Tuendelee sasa. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to yet another beautiful episode of my small world podcast. I am always so excited to be here. I hope you are as well. How are you doing? How have you been? Yeah, let me know. How's your day going? Fill me in on all the little details. I always invite you guys to just tell me how you're doing, and I genuinely want to know. I want to know what you've been up to. I have been well. I have been doing okay. I can't really say there's much that has been happening with me this week. I'm recording this on Sunday. I'm recording this on Sunday night, and I've been okay. I've had a chill week, like a relaxed week, which I'm so grateful for. I always love when I have like slower weeks. I just that busy, like uh the busy schedule is nice. It keeps me distracted, keeps me productive, but it gets so exhausting so fast. And yeah, so I'm always so grateful when I have slow weeks, and this has definitely been a slow week. And I have been able to do so many other things that I love. I've definitely had more time to record and edit and just fill my cup, and I'm so happy about that. Yeah, so that is me. So in this episode, I will talk to you guys about the things that I have learned through my struggle with mental health. Before I even begin, I am I am extending an invitation to you. Tell me things that you have learned. Tell me what you relate to from the things we're going to talk about, what resonates with you, what would you like to add? Give me your opinions, share with me what you think. Yeah. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Okay, so at the very top of my list, I have written, things come and go. Nothing is permanent. Now, we've all heard this before, and most of the things I'm gonna say you've probably heard before. I am just here to like reinforce it, and hopefully that will have some sort of effect, positive effect, But yeah, I'm just gonna emphasize the things that you've probably heard before. So anyway, number one, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. So the usual, I guess the normal way that people look at this is when they say, all these hard times, all the difficult times are temporary. It's not permanent. You will not always be sad. You will not always be struggling. And that offers such encouragement and motivation. But personally, the way I look at the statement and the way that makes more sense to me is looking at it also, like, think about it, honestly, think about it. If you say that the hard times, the tough times never, that they're temporary, they never last. But look, also that means, also the happy moments are not permanent. And that's the other side of this statement that maybe most of us don't like really think about. And hear me out. I'm not saying this to discourage you or demotivate you. I am, excuse me, I simply say this, or for me, I understand it this way because I feel like it is very important to understand that life comes in waves. You have days where you're high, you have days where you're low, you have days where your head is above the water, you have days where it feels like you're drowning, and that is life. It is meant to be that way. Life comes in waves, and we are meant to just ride them out. Now, the reason why I said this makes more sense to me is for a very long time, I've always had these moments where I think I can say now that I don't know if I can say I really understand them, but I would say I was going through something like an emotional burnout or something like that. I have had these moments so many times. I've had periods where I have shut down on the people around me. I quit, I slog off all my social media. I disconnect from people. I stop picking calls. I stop responding to texts. I've always had that cycle. And during those moments, I remember the older I got, one thing I carried around with me was fear and anxiety of like, okay, maybe right now I'm not very sad, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And even though that was some kind of, I was being real with myself, it was wrong. You're not supposed to be afraid of this moment. That's what I've come to learn. And so that's why I tell you that looking at this statement, like nothing is permanent in the sense that life comes in waves, really understanding and accepting that I will not always be at a high, and it's okay. And low moments are equally as important as my high moments, actually, and embracing all of them, and the low moments suck. Oh my God, they suck so bad. And I would wish there was less and less and less of them until I have none of them. But the reality of life is that, it's life cannot be linear, or our experiences, our emotions cannot just be linear. So I hope you get what I mean when I say life comes in waves. And I personally feel like it was, for me, I grew up being taught, you're okay. Everything happens, anything bad happens, you tell yourself I'm okay, and you pick yourself up and you figure it out, which is very important. And it made me grow up to be a very strong person emotionally. I really do feel like I'm a very strong person emotionally, but also it encouraged that false positivity encourages suppressing your emotions. And that is where I disagree with it. So, yeah, for me, I don't have to, my motivation does not come from me telling myself, you're okay, things are good, things will be fine, you're a bad bitch, even though I don't feel like it, okay? My motivation for me comes, I have learned now that after going through this many periods and many cycles of really low lows and being scared of when the next one will come, after all that, I have come to really be like, okay, something might happen. Also, I really don't have that much control over how things will happen, how things will go in my life. And, I acknowledge that, some things might happen that it feels like they may knock me down completely, but I won't meet that with fear. I don't want to, yeah, I won't meet that with fear or the anxiety of, oh my God, how am I gonna pick myself up again? Um, I have tried to really put it like accept and tell myself, it's okay. It will be difficult. I might have a few days where I feel completely hopeless, and in those moments, it is important to feel those emotions rather than suppressing them. Okay, that was, I feel like I've spoken a lot, but anyway, I hope I made sense. But yeah, life comes in waves, and we're meant to just ride them out. If you don't watch cartoons, actually, I think cartoons really teach us a lot. I don't know why cartoons are even meant for kids, like specifically. Obviously, the visuals are interesting to the eyes of the child. But when I watch a lot of cartoons as an adult and I learn so much from them, and I know that might sound crazy to some people, but like I learn so much from them. And one cartoon I would absolutely recommend is Inside Out. The Disney cartoon, Inside Out, the one for emotion, the sadness, anger, fear, joy. That movie has taught me so much about my emotions, about the way the brain works. It's amazing. So watch both of them. There's in Inside Out 1, Inside Out 2. I'm recording this in 2024. If you're listening to this at 2024, there's still two, like they've not removed another one. They have not removed hawajatoa ingine. The direct translation, damn. But anyway, yeah, Inside Out is a great place to start to coming to this acceptance of you're not meant to just feel one emotion throughout your life. Pain and sadness and anger and fear are all very important emotions. They're just as important as happiness, as joy, as excitement, and they all demand to be felt. Okay, let's move on to the next point. My second point is being undiagnosed does not reduce the impact of whatever it is you're going through. Being undiagnosed does not devalue whatever you're feeling. Being undiagnosed it does not determine whether you're mentally ill or not, okay? If you feel you're not okay, that is enough. Like that is enough to get attention, to ask for help. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have like a doctor's note and drugs and for you to see value in the things you're going through. Okay. And I say this with nothing against, the diagnosis and anyone who's on medication. I have nothing against that, but I feel like so many people are not able to access these things. First of all, therapy is fucking expensive. I mean, I don't know. Therapy is expensive. Yes, there are a few places that have really tried to reduce the price and make it affordable and make therapy and counseling more accessible to people, but still I feel there's so much to be done. So much to be done. Yeah, we have we have free treatment for all this in some places of the world we have free treatment to all these physical illnesses, but it honestly it does not make sense to me how you have to spend so much just to be able to take care of your mental health, or just to be able to get someone to really to help you, to guide you through taking care of your mental health. But yeah, I just wanna put it out there that that diagnosis does not really, you don't have to, um, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I hope you do. Like, being undiagnosed really does not devalue what you're going through. And I say this with so much passion because I literally cannot count. So many times I have been like, I've felt like I'm literally on the verge of insanity. And I speak to people and they're like, yeah, maisha inakuanga tu hivyo. It's easy for them to dismiss it because it's probably like, she's just going through, she's just going through it. And maybe I am. And I have had actually so many instances where I've spoken about something to someone and they'd be like, oh, have you seen a doctor? Do you have a diagnosis for that? And then it's the minute I say no, it's very easy for them to dismiss that as like, these days people just use the word depression or things like that, very aimlessly. I agree there are people who have gotten into the habit of using these words like their everyday feelings and emotions. But on the flip side, like on the other side of that, there's generally people who this is their everyday, that depression, that anxiety, that, bipolar, whatever it is their everyday life. And I guess for me, my resentment comes towards those people who have simply dismissed these issues or dismissed conversation regarding these things, or dismissed even, extending assistance because the person seeking assistance has not yet been diagnosed. So it is easier to say that they're needing attention or things like that. I hope you get me. But yeah, my next point number 3 is everyone is really just trying their best. Honestly, when you look at it, everyone is really just trying their best. Everyone is going through something. Everyone really is going through something. Others are better at hiding it than others. Others show it more than others. We all handle things differently, but the reality, the bottom line is that everyone is just trying their best. Everyone's going through something. So be kind, honestly. Extend kindness whenever you can. And in those moments that you know, your feelings, your emotions got to you and you were not able to extend kindness, it's okay. Forgive yourself. But maybe next time be more aware of the people around you, be more aware of what you're feeling, and choose kindness. Be kind, honestly. Be kind. That is as much as I will say about it. Point number 4, be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Every time I finish my episodes, I always say, remember to love yourself, to take care of yourself, and be gentle with yourself, because if you don't, no one will. The way you treat yourself is really the way other people will treat you. You meet yourself with compassion. Learn to really teach yourself how to, meet yourself with compassion. I don't think I can emphasize this enough. It changes everything. The way you see yourself, is really, it plays such a big part in your healing, in your growth. Um, be gentle with yourself, meet yourself with compassion, even when you're disappointed in yourself. We all have those moments, whatever it is for you. Everyone has their personal reason where why they would feel in certain moments, I'm not proud of this. And that's okay. Meet yourself with love and compassion and gentleness and kindness to yourself, okay? Like, we, no one is perfect. No one is supposed to be perfect, okay? Perfect it's not even an adjective that should be used to describe people. I guess perfect is also relative, honestly. But you get what I mean. Let me not even get into the English of what perfect is and or not, but like you get what I mean. Um, be gentle with yourself. Meet yourself with love and compassion. You see how people say every time you talk to yourself, you see people who have like baby photos of themselves. I've watched videos where people put these photos maybe on their desk, on their wallpaper, or somewhere where they can see it often to remind themselves that any time I am dealing with myself, this little person, this little child is involved. That little you is involved. So that's why I'm saying really, really meet yourself with compassion. I'll give you a little bit of an example. For me, it took me a very long time to, again, understand this and embrace it and even implement it in my own life. I used to beat myself. So I used to beat myself down so bad, like so bad. It was easier for me to extend kindness to everyone else around me other than myself. I didn't do well in a test. I'd be like, oh my God, Florence, you're fucking dumb. You're so fucking dumb. How the hell do you not, how the hell did you not pass that? How the hell did this happen? Were you not able to calculate this? Oh my God, oh my God. And that's how I used to talk to myself. That's how I used to talk to that little flow inside me. And I was so, it's such a it's such a terrible place to be because you're not even a safe space for yourself. So you're constantly like escaping yourself. You're escaping your thoughts, you're escaping your emotions because you can't deal with the person you are. So be kind and gentle to yourself. The minute I change to those words, I tell myself, I feel a test, I'm like, wait, it's okay. It's fine. This is not the end of life. I did a job interview and at the back of my mind, I know I said something that made them not give me a call back. I'm like, imagine it's fine. Maybe it was not even meant for you. And if it was now, I know, it's fine in those moments. In that moment, I was anxious, I was panicking, and it is okay. There's nothing wrong with that flow. We showed up. You know, I, the other thing, where have I forgotten? It had come to my head and then now it has gone. But anyway, point is, be gentle with yourself. Be very gentle with yourself. Meet yourself with compassion. I have said this before and I'll say it again. I read somewhere a quote that said, be very careful the things you say to yourself because you are always listening. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You are always listening. I feel like for me, I used to act like my brain had two compartments. This part where I would self-loathe completely. I would hate myself. I would use all these mean words to describe myself. And then this other part where I I convinced myself that at the back of my mind, I know I'm trying my best, you know, I know I'm doing my best. There's nothing like that. Those things that you say to yourself, they really stick. They really stick. It took me a very, and I keep using academics because it's one of the one of the things that really affected me, my view and my attachment to my academic performance really, really affected me. And we'll get that in, we'll get into that later maybe, but even like those things, it took me a very, very long time for me to change that statement, oh, you're fucking dumb, you're so stupid, Flo, to like, you're doing your best, Flo. You're doing your best, and that is perfect. That is all that is needed. Let me tell you, there's nothing I will do today at the end of Baje that I will look at myself again and say those words to myself. I will never ever call myself dumb because number one, I really don't believe I'm dumb. You know, I'm fucking intelligent. What the fuck do you mean? But anyway, that aside, you get what I'm driving at. Like, really be gentle with yourself. Everything you say to yourself, remember you are always listening. The next point number 5, is it is okay to feel. It is okay to feel. And to explain this point, I will take you back to the cartoon that I recommended earlier. It's called Inside Out. Honestly, if you've not watched Inside Out, go watch Inside Out. And don't really watch it with an open mind. Or watch it with an open mind and just take yourself through the motions and just everything that's happening. The reason why I say this, because, okay, I won't spoil it for you. Go watch it. It is okay to feel. Our emotions demand to be felt. They are meant to be felt. We're not meant to become our emotions. They're supposed to just flow through us. We're supposed to remember what I said about riding the waves. It's just let it be. Let it go. Truly, like, truly, truly, let it be. It's your emotions demand to be felt. And again, I think it's also this, like, the false positivity. Oh, you're strong. Oh, men don't cry. Oh, those things. Big girls don't cry. I'm a strong woman. I have people looking up to me. I can't show him. These are all beliefs that I personally disagree with because they encourage the suppressing of our emotions. They encourage suppressing these parts of us that are very vital, very, very core. Yeah, it is okay to feel. It is okay to feel. You are not created to live like a rock. You don't feel anger, you don't feel pain, you don't feel sadness, you don't feel nothing. You're not meant to live like a rock. You are not a rock. And honestly, suppressing our emotions makes life very difficult. And I am definitely speaking from experience. I know 3 hyper independent people in my life, and I am 2 of them. No, like, do you get what I mean? I have grown to be very, like, extremely hyper independent. And I know what it is to really push those emotions down, 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 down deep. You can only take so much as a human being, okay? You can only take so much as a human being. And let me tell you, once you start allowing these emotions to flow through you, life becomes so much easier. Life becomes so, so much easier. Oh my God. And I think one thing that stops us from feeling our emotions is fear again. Let me tell you, one thing that I live by, I stand by, I believe so strongly. Every good thing you want to achieve is just on the other side of fear. Literally, every great thing you want to be, every great thing you want to achieve, every great thing you want to get is literally just on the other side of fear. And this is not, fear it is a normal emotion. It is meant to keep us safe, to help us move with caution, to help us analyze situations before proceeding. And it is important, like I said, all emotions play a very important role in our being. But, we when you suppress these negative emotions, when you choose to lead by fear, you see you're putting so much energy on just one emotion, and then all these other ones are neglected. There's no balance. Okay, the next point, number 6, if I am not wrong, um, you will be misunderstood a lot. Get comfortable with that feeling. Let me say that again. You will be misunderstood a lot. Get comfortable with that feeling. It's not going to make sense to everyone that you're trying to love yourself more, that you're going to take care of yourself, that you're choosing you're choosing the things that make you feel happy. As simple as those things might sound, they could be the most difficult things for others to understand, and that's a them problem. Okay, and I think that will be all for this episode. I definitely have so much more to say about all the things that I have learned, but I think these were the most important and the ones I related to most right now. And yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope at the very least one thing resonates and helps you pick yourself up. And I love you. I love you, and I see you and I hear you, and you've got this. Oh my god, I wish you saw yourself through my eyes. Like, I literally wish you would see, or like you would think about yourself the way I think about you, okay? Like, you've got this. You're gonna be so okay. You're gonna be so okay, and you're gonna do so well. And yeah, thank you for listening this far. I hope I didn't bore you. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Same place, same time. Remember to always be kind, loving, and gentle to yourself, because if you do not, no one will.